What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are joined now by Diablo 4 lead game designer, Jesse McCree. That's right, that is his real name. What's going on, Jesse?
I know, I don't want to be left out.
Join us a little bit after high noon today. Just a little bit after.
Oh, sorry I'm late.
Just clarify to people, too, that the character is named after you.
Yeah, apparently I just have a good cowboy name.
You
so
do.
crazy.
You do. Well, let's jump into Diablo 4 because
Yes.
that was such an amazing reveal right off the top of opening ceremony.
Thank you.
For those people out there who don't really know a whole lot about Lilith, let's talk about why she's important to Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, Lilith has been in the lore for quite a long time, and she's the daughter of one of the greater evils, Mephisto. So she's a...
That name makes me
Yeah,
shake when I hear that
and
name.
he's a fan favorite. She's been banished to the Abyss, and she's finally making her way back. In the cinematic, we show kind of the sequence that happens in order for her to get pulled back into the world of Sanctuary. And from there, you know, she's probably going to cause a lot of problems. She, along with Anarius, was one of the original people that created, angels and demons that created Sanctuary. So she's the progenitor of the world. She's basically a god, essentially.
Yeah. This is like the mother
So it's
of
a big
Sanctuary.
deal. Yeah, it's a big deal for
I
her
wonder how
to show
she's
back
feeling
up.
to be called back in.
It depends on why she's back.
Yeah.
You know, after the events of Reaper of Souls, there's been a big power vacuum in the world. So I think, you know, a lot of death and destruction happened in Reaper of Souls. Malthael killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think in that absence of power, groups have come back up. You know, the Zacharium on the good, maybe the Triune on the evil, and they're going to be working to summon power to take control of things.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So she's back in Sanctuary, and we got to see a little bit of how Sanctuary is looking now. Very decrepit. It looks desolate, so to speak. So how will we be exploring Sanctuary? Did I see a mount in the gameplay trailer?
Yeah, we do have mounts. So Diablo 4.
Let's clap your hands.
Thank you.
Everybody clap your hands. That's awesome.
It's something new we're doing for the game because it's an open world game and you can move around. Everything is connected, so you kind of want a faster way to travel. We still will have waypoints, which is good, clean, heraldric magic, and you probably won't get disintegrated if you try to use it.
Yeah.
But mounts is a pretty good way to get around. And because Diablo 4 is an action role-playing game, we wanted to have action mounts. So you can do attacks off of your mounts.
Yeah, we saw that. And we were hoping to get a mount just in the demo, but we couldn't get that far.
Yeah.
And yeah, tell us about that because that's cool.
Yeah.
So you'll have different abilities. Each character will be able to dismount in different ways. We're still building on what they all are. But the mounts themselves also are going to be itemized. So you'll be able to add things to them to make them faster, make it harder to be dismounted. So depending on the types of activities you're trying to do in the open world, you'll itemize your mount with different things to make that more efficient.
So there's some customization options there.
There is customization in your mounts.
Will the druid have a mount or will the druid be a mount?
Yeah, that's a good question.
The druid will be able to ride around on a mount. They can also transform into a bear and a werewolf.
And ride them out?
On the mount?
Not while they're riding.
Dang.
That would be crazy. Well, you mentioned Druid, but who else will we be playing as on this journey?
Well, today we also announced the Sorceress and the Barbarian, and they're all returning kind of favorites.
Yeah.
We have 2 other classes we'll be announcing at some point in the future. Our plan is to have 5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 5 altogether.
Because it makes a pentagram. I think just 5 is a good number.
5's a good pentagram number.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Let's talk a little bit about the different mobs that we're going to be facing, the different monsters and the different demons. Like, how are we looking now that we're in this version of Diablo?
Yeah, so there's quite a few monsters, favorites that are coming back, including some bosses from some of the past Diablos. We saw Duriel in the movie, so you can look forward to fighting him. Goatmen make a return, Fallen make a return. We're adding some new monsters, like the Drown. They're basically sea zombies. They're pretty nasty. But more importantly, I think, than what's new or old is the approach that we're taking. A lot of the monsters, we're building them out as families, and we're trying to have them cooperate a little bit more, make their combat a little more interesting. For the bosses, we're trying to go for maybe a little more difficulty. There's some more mechanics that we've added to the game.
Yeah.
Like the dodge that we didn't have.
Yeah.
So
nice.
everyone has that. So we can build an encounter that takes advantage of the fact that we know you can do those dodge moves.
Yeah.
So it's letting us build some new and unique things that we haven't had before.
Yeah, I was having a fun time just mashing the space bar with it,
right?
playing around with the dodge when I got a chance to try it. So, obviously the fundamentals of this game have changed a little bit with things like the dodge. What are some of the other new features that you're really excited to get in the players' hands with Diablo 4?
The main thing for me is the world itself. because I've been playing Diablo since Diablo 1.
Yeah.
And it started out as a very small town. And over the years, we've built onto that. And now finally, we're building things in such a way that it's large and it's open. So just letting people explore and find all the nooks and crannies and little secrets and going into dungeons and seeing different environments in a connected way is pretty exciting for me.
Yeah, especially since you've been a player for so long. And I mean, and be able to sort of build upon this lore and this universe as it expands. And, you know, thematically speaking, you know, Diablo 4, this version seems a lot darker than the past Diablos. And that's saying a lot because that's a dark franchise.
Right.
Yeah, there's always messed up stuff happening in Sanctuary, and the way that we render it varies game to game. For this version, we want to do things we were really excited about, and one of our development pillars was Return to Darkness.
Yeah.
And that meant a lot of stuff to us. It didn't just mean physical light darkness. It also meant the tone and the mood and the vibe. And that's kind of what I'm really into, is just getting people in the feeling that, like, things are going wrong, things are a little creepy, bad stuff can happen, and that's what we're really going for there.
Right. Well, we're on the subject of bad stuff happening. During the opening ceremony, it was mentioned that there's going to be PvP in this game. So could you touch a little bit on how that's going to be implemented? Or is this something that could just happen at any time? Or have you guys kind of mapped out where the PvP is going to happen? Or
Yeah, well, we're going to have PvP zones, so our regions, certain areas in the maps will be PvP enabled. We're experimenting with a lot of different things, actually.
Right.
The main thing to know about this is we've been building the game from the ground up with PvP in mind, because we know if you don't start with that, it's hard to add it in later. So from the very beginning, this has been a goal that we've had, and we've been working to support the game to work like this.
Will you be able to collect ears? Like back in the day? Because I remember that was a thing back in the first Diablo where you collect the ears.
I love that. I love that. We'll see how that works. It would be nice to have some throwbacks like that for sure.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
you know, for you, being that you know, this franchise obviously means a lot to you, you know, what new features are you personally excited about bringing to players?
Well, besides the world, which I said I was super excited about, just the dungeons I think are really good. There's a lot of content to do. New bosses are super fun. Yeah, man, there's just so much. I think...
In the demo, we actually played. Who was the big monster that we encountered in the demo? This
a
giant monster.
Shaba, yeah.
Yes.
Shaba. Okay,
So that's one of the other new things that we're adding to the game. She's a world boss. So at certain points in the game, you'll come across a location where there'll be some truly gigantic, horrific monster.
Yeah.
And it's going to take more than just the number of people in your party to fight
We died a few times.
Yeah, we died a few times. I like that, though. I like that it's challenging because I feel like, you know, in previous Diablos, I got good. I get my character really strong. I just kind of blow through enemies. It feels like in this one, that's not the case at all. You're going to need to work with the teammates and really spec your character out the right way.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, concentrating on all the dodging, too. That was another thing that we had to keep doing.
Dodge. Gotta evade. Yeah.
We're so happy that you came to stop by. Is there anything else that you'd like to say about Diablo 4 before we let you go?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm just so proud of my team. You know, we've been working so hard on this game, and we're so humbled and excited to be able to add to the franchise. We're all huge Diablo fans, and everyone on the team plays the game. We still all regularly play past Diablos. We talk about it. I read the books. We play the role-playing game that we put out a long time ago. So we're super entrenched in the culture and, like, the building of this game. And we can't wait for people to play it, to talk about it, see what they say online. I can't wait to go home and just read everything people are saying and kind of incorporate it.
I think you're going to be really happy. Everything I've been seeing is so positive.
I hope so.
That movie was incredible. Congratulations on everything. Jesse, McCree, thank you so much for stopping by and talking to us. Everyone watching, it's now time to head over to the Mythic stage for Overwatch. What's next?